Meet Emily on a dream trip through Europe with her friends. From the majestic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the historic streets of Rome, every moment is magical. But disaster strikes. Emily drops her phone, thinking she's lost all her precious photos and videos. Panic sets in. Then she remembers GotBackup. Every memory is safely stored in the cloud. Emily gets a new phone, logs into GotBackup, and there they are. Every photo, every video, every memory perfectly intact. Thanks to GotBackup, Emily's adventure is truly unforgettable.
Isn't that amazing, folks, knowing that our precious moments are savored and safe? And this is exactly what we want to talk about this evening here, folks. And by the way, for all of you that are here, thank you for joining in. If you're joining in a little bit later throughout the presentation, remember that this call, even though it is live now, the same link will turn into a recording. And folks, do us a favor. If you like the presentation that we're hosting this evening, smash that like button to tell the algorithm on GVO that this is a video that's worth looking into, especially if people are looking to create another stream of income, or they would like to find some way to be able to store their precious data very effectively with lots of space. And this is what we want to talk about this evening. So just to begin here, we want to welcome Angel. Great to see you here. MC from Texas. Mary Paul from Ottawa. Great to see you here. We have Andre from Gatineau, Quebec. Nice to see you. We have Steve and Andre. Actually, yeah, I just realized we just spoke a moment ago. Welcome. And we have Steve here from Philadelphia, and we have Gary. Gary, I thought you were at work, my friend. So welcome. Great to see you here. So as you're coming in, folks, again, just want to welcome you here to our session. So Tammy, let's share with the audience, how do we get introduced to GotBackup?
Absolutely. I think I got a lag here, Chris. When I look at the screen. Okay.
Everything is fine, so there's not much I can do at this moment. We have to live with whatever's going on.
Okay, no worries. I just want everybody to know there's a few second lag here. So yeah, Chris and I are really excited about GotBackup. We were introduced to it 2.5 years ago now, and Joel is the owner of this project. He's the owner of his parent company called Global Virtual Opportunities. We've known him for many, many, many years, 25 plus years. And when he contacted us about the GotBackup project, it was such a no-brainer for us to get started. And you're going to see the information this evening, exactly what Chris and I saw when we decided we wanted to be part of this.
Totally agree, Tammy. And folks, again, the reason why we chose to get involved with GotBackup, one, it's a digital service. That is the way of the future, especially dealing with network marketing. Two, it is very easy to promote within our social network today because of all the links that are offered, and we'll share with you what's available in the package as you choose to get involved with GotBackup. But in the same time, the price point is very attractive for anyone who's looking to start a business working from home without literally breaking up the bank here. So we saw an opportunity that families can be impacted with a global opportunity. And the fact is that we don't compete here, folks. We are creating a new environment where the cloud service, there is nothing offered when it comes to our industry of network marketing. So that is the only MLM storage opportunity that will actually pay you a commission. And on that note, why are you here? I know some of you maybe are looking to leave a legacy to their families. Maybe you're looking to, you'd like to move into a beautiful home or a better home, or maybe you'd like to buy a car because wherever you're driving is not doing so well, right? Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Today, we own a Tesla. And again, it's not to brag, it's to impress upon you that this industry have been absolutely amazing. You know, Tammy and I live in Florida during the winter, beautiful home. And in Toronto, we live also in a beautiful condo in front of the water in both places. Again, folks, it's not to brag, it's to impress upon you that all of this came from this industry. So it's time to turn your dreams into reality because, folks, at the end of the day, you deserve it. You have worked hard your entire life. Why not live the life that you want to live opposed to the life that you have to live? And that's what we want to talk about, is to live your life in your own terms.
Yeah, and our goal with GotBackup is really to empower families. It's to help the average people out there that are looking for ways to increase their income over and above what they're already doing. And when you're in profit, there's so many things that you can do. Investments is a big thing for us, especially at our age too. And creating that legacy is the best thing ever, knowing that our kids never have to worry. And so it's whatever you want to achieve with this, we're here to help you.
I totally agree. And again, welcome to Linwood Jones and DJ. Great to see you here. Macahel, great to see you from Philadelphia. We have Kendra from Lexington. And then we have Sylvie, from Quebec. Great to see her, Sylvie. So, folks, the company began in 1997 from Gatineau, Quebec. In fact, I met Joel around 2001, 2, or 3. I forgot the exact date. The point is, I met Joel, and I forgot how we came across each other, but we had the same. In fact, he was a trainer for my boss, which was Michael Copeland at Corel System. And I think that's how we kind of connected. And he was telling me that he had a data center where I could use some of his services to host my very first website when I started network marketing. That is decades ago. I mean, we're talking a long time ago. And I remember Joel telling me that he was moving in Texas into a 10,000 square feet data center because they were getting some issues where they had so much growth and the infrastructure that was in Gatineau, Quebec couldn't support the bandwidth that he needed. This is like, I think of our superhighway and traffic, and there's so many people living in that area, and there's too many cars for the amount of roads that are there. So then you get bumper to bumper, and then there's a lot of waiting time. Well, this is what happens in your computer world when the bandwidth, when it's too low. And so he went into an area where companies like Microsoft, Adobe, Google, and many others are using these centers, these networks, the infrastructure that they're to be able to support the bandwidth they need. So let's hear from Joel exactly what's going on behind the scene. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So come.
So just wanted to share with you a little bit of a segment. Obviously, there's a longer portion of this video, but want to give you an idea what's going on. And first of all, just recognize NUNM from Accra, Ghana. That's super late for you. Thank you for joining in. And Joe from Sarasota, Florida. Welcome. We'll see you. Well, we'll be going to Florida in about, what is it, Tammy, 6 weeks or so. Yeah. Walter, buenos dias. Great to see you from Peru. Nice to see you. And we have here, let's see, Calvin and Valerie. Great to see you here. So, folks, there's two trends that we want to cover here because it's very important. I'm an investor. I deal with equities and options and things. That's what I do. And it's very important to understand what are the trends, what's going on, what's hit right now, what is going to be here in the long term and in the future. And that's really important. So, I mean, let's start with this slide.
Yeah. So you can see the global trend number one is data storage. You can see how many devices there are in the world today, and everything is paperless now. Well, most things are paperless. And when it comes to devices, we're constantly filling them up. So you can see the growth market, you see the high demand, and the opportunity to earn is what we're here to talk to you about tonight.
That's an understatement. And let's look at the numbers, folks. Numbers don't lie. It doesn't matter what people say. At the end of the day, these are numbers based on the reality of life today. That's what I mean by when you look at trends, you want to look at solid data. Percentage of global mobile traffic from 2011 to 2025 went from 6% to 64%. And we're still at the infancy of growth. This slide is important because it has to do with what we're talking about here today is the market worldwide from 2022 to 2030. $90 billion in revenue in 2022, close to $500 billion, which I think is even conservative in 2030 because everything is on the cloud here today. Folks, this is quite serious. How much of that do you want in your life? And this is what we want to tell you about. So one of the main reasons is cell phone addictions.
Well, we're always on our devices. I mean, let's face it, we can do anything with our devices. That's why they're attached to our hips. And when we can't find them, we're always searching for them. And yeah, I mean, here is just showing you some percentages of people using their devices. But at the end of the day, it's for everything.
I totally agree. And the downside of this, folks, because we depend on our devices so much, all the data is in that device. And if you are not backing up your stuff, this is neglect. This is like living somewhere where if you don't have insurance and God forbid something happens to you and you end up at the hospital, folks, you're in trouble. So the point here is talking about digital service here. If you don't have a backup presence or system to be able to store your stuff in the event that you lose your device, folks, you can't go back in time and taking these wonderful pictures from Walt Disney or wherever you were with your family, Christmas in that particular year, or whatever the situation, having the first, a toddler doing their very first walk. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, 45% of cell phone and user has accidentally damaged their cell phones or lost their data. Think about losing all of that. 5,700 screen cracked every hour, laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. Now, of course, it's very painful to lose these expensive devices, but those memories, folks, you can't go back in time. And here's another message I'm sure you're all familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, people are filling up their devices. They're getting these messages and they have two choices. They either spend the time, start deleting several things, or they start paying a little bit more. And, people are just so busy in today's world. They just keep paying and paying and paying. So we're going to show you a phenomenal solution tonight.
I totally agree. And Frank, welcome from Long Island, New York. Great to see you here. Valerie, great to see, absolutely. And Cicely, great to see you here from Georgia. Now, the second here, folks, the second trend is earning money. See, we understand the cost of living is increasing, but at the end of the day, folks, we can turn around and complain as we were till we blue in the face. It is what it is. So we need to rethink our strategy on how we move forward today to be able to stay relevant in today's economy. And what we're talking about here today, it's definitely one direction that you can consider. I know Tammy and I certainly did. 42% of Americans have side businesses, 62% of Gen Z. These are children that, in fact, our children, our generation, Tammy and I's generation, these are our children. Many of you could relate from 18 to 25. What about the rest of the world here, folks? That's what's going on. People are looking for ways to earn income. That's why affiliate marketing, network marketing, I mean, people are looking for ways to work from home to complement what's going on, especially if they have a job. Now, the thing here, folks, is you can leverage from these to global trends with GotBackup. That's what we want to talk to you about right now.
Yeah, and GotBackup recently launched GotBackup Pro, which brings you the marketing tools that you need to excel in your business. And that's a choice, of course. And we're going to show you this at the end. You've got your next slide, Chris. You've got your regular plan, which is your family plan on the data storage, where you get 6 terabytes of data storage. You have on your account, you get 5 sub accounts, and great for family plan. You can give whatever storage you want out of the 6 terabytes to each one you want to share your data storage with. Unlimited devices, $10 a month. This was the big turning point for me because I know a lot of families. I mean, we're family people. So we know a lot of families that can benefit from this. And the best part, it's the only company that offers data storage that brings you an opportunity to earn income.
I totally agree. And folks, this is the flagship product. This is where Tammy and I have focused on that reached us. You'll see in a moment at Blue Diamond level. And the fact here is you can build a fortune just with this. But over and above that, the Pro package, and folks, something else is coming with the Pro. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on that. But at this point, we have the VTuber. This is like your own YouTube channel, but without all the channels, right? Excuse me, without all the commercials and everything else. A testimonial generator, absolutely phenomenal, especially if you have a branding website and you'd like for people to share a testimony. You send that link, they'll send you a nice quick video if they want to, and from there you can accumulate all of that. Memory place, whatever events, you know, the holidays or Christmas is coming very soon, and you can have a QR code that people can scan, and all the pictures that we're taking from everybody from that audience can actually be shared, and everybody can access all the pictures from everybody's cell phones. Think about this, folks. SendShark, email marketing. Again, that's another aspect that you can utilize to extend your business. Funnel page builder. You'll find that in this presentation, your websites are given to you to start promoting immediately the moment you enroll. Now, think about the fact that if, let's say you want to change a language because you speak, I don't know, Greek, for example, and you would like the emails coming out to be in Greek. Well, you can organize all of that with a funnel builder. It's absolutely amazing. And the fact is, all of these tools, folks, they each come with independent, what we call funnels. They're capture pages. What does that mean? It's a website, a link that you are given to you. You don't need to know how it works. You just need to send it to your social network, and people can turn around, put their name and email, and this ends up into a lead for you, and they can start receiving emails on your behalf. That is amazing, folks. People have to spend extra money, quite a bit, by the way, to pay for things like this outside of the company they're with. GotBackup has everything. It's a one-stop shop. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. So making money with GotBackup, it's absolutely amazing. And what we want to do here, just going to give you some examples. I was mentioning earlier that Tammy and I have reached the Blue Diamond just with the cloud storage. I'm telling you, folks, a few years from now, keeping in mind everything that we offer, I'm telling you, this is going to be exponentially more. And not only that, but the team is going to grow. We can see here we have triple diamonds, we have double diamonds from Ghana, from France, from the United States. We have here diamonds from Canada, from different parts of the region of the world. And there's so many more here, folks. There's some missing for sure. We have rubies that are in Ghana. We have emerald that are in Ghana, and Yonam, which I believe is here this evening. And folks, at the end of the day, we're growing and growing and growing. We have here Henry, who's doing very well as a sapphire. He went into a country in the Republic of Congo, and that's a French market. There's English and French there. He did an event, and he moved them up to sapphire. Absolutely amazing. So Tammy, let's cover the 7 ways on how we can earn an income. Back to you.
Yeah, so we're really going to focus on the first 3 because that's really the foundation of building a team. And then the rest are all bonuses as you go up in rank. And throughout the presentation, you're going to see a little bit of that. So to get started, the number 1 way is the customer acquisition bonus. So there's a family plan and we pro plan, as you can see. And so if somebody joins for just the data storage and they want to pay monthly, I'm going to round it off to $10, but you get 200%. So you get $20 every single time somebody comes in and they decide to come in and pay monthly. If they pay yearly, which is a majority of people, by the way, because they save a couple months of payments. In today's world, we're all looking for value. So you're looking at $100 item, you get 50% up front. So, and you're not limited the amount of people you bring in. 25% goes to you when it comes to people, upgrading to different things as the company launches new stuff. You've got the pro plan. You can see if somebody signs up right now with the pro plan, you're going to get $200 up front. And and the person who brought you in is going to get 50, and the person they brought in or the person who brought them is going to get 15. The reason they do that, because it really encourages supporting your teams. The bottom part is all based on customers. So we're going to show an example of how all of this works on the next page, Chris.
Absolutely.
All right. So family plan, let's base it all on 20 new people that you've signed up. So if you had 20 people in your family plan that signed up on the yearly, you're going to make $1,000. So basically 20 times 50. And an example of customers, if you have 20 customers, 25%, and that's ongoing. So 20 times 250, that's $50 commission every single month. That can pay a nice bill for some people. It depends on what country we live in, right? And then you see the pro plan based on 20 people coming in, you're looking at $4,000 in commission. So, people are looking for ways to earn, but they also need the tools to build. So often people will make a decision to upgrade. And then you've got your customer base, which is 20 customers times 25%. That's 20 times $5. That's $100 in commission ongoing if they become pro members.
Just so you understand the difference, is the family plan, this is the cloud storage only, and a pro plan, this is the works with everything that we have to offer here. So one of the things that it works is, as Tammy explained, this is the income you earn immediately when someone decides I'm in. Then as people start coming in and starts compounding, we have what we call a 2-team tree, a left team and a right team. When you see indirect, that's someone that happens to be above you, sharing the same leg as you are, sponsoring the direct underneath, the indirect on the right side. Well, you're sharing the same leg as the indirect that you don't know of from someone above you that's sharing the same leg with you. You see, that's the power of the 2-team tree. So what happens when you look at this, there are 2 tier 1 and tier 2. The difference on how you earn tier 1 or tier 2, by the way, tier 2, you make more money for the exact same amount of members you have in your team. It's just that your rank is going up, and I'll share with you how you get there in a minute. So the steps is step 1 is to be active. That means that you're paying your $10 a month or your $20 a month if you have your entire package. Number 2 is you enroll 2 people, 1 on your left team, 1 on your right team. You've done that. Okay, now you're starting to position yourself to qualify to earn. But to earn is another step. It's called the cycle earning bonus. The company recognized that it has to be 6 people in your team. It could be combined from you bringing 6, or from the 2 people you bring in, they have brought some that total up to 6. Or you could also combine with all of the above, plus someone above you sharing that end up in your downline. It's called spillover that can count for one of your 6. Every time the system sees that there is 4 and 2, it's 1 cycle. The question is, as it compounds, how many cycles do you want, right? So that's what makes it really attractive. And just to give you perspective, Dropbox has 700 million users, folks. Think about this. Let's say 30% are active. They're actually paying customers. Do you know how many millions of paying people this is? So this is what's going on. This is the future that we're planning here. The second portion, or the third portion that we want to talk about in the income, is what we call the matching cycle bonus. So every time you introduce someone to GotBackup, everybody has the same opportunity to cycle, just like I explained on a previous slide. But for every person you bring in, when you reach a level of Sapphire, and I'll show you how you get that in a minute when we show you the ladder, you earn 25% from the volume, from the money that every person you have earned. The company doesn't require for them to pay you anything. They keep all the money. You earn a matching cycle. So in other words, if they earn X amount of X amount of cycles that made them earn, I don't know, $500 or $600, you earn 25% of that. Think about it here, folks. Now, this can go up to $1,000. Let's say you got a kingpin that's doing so well, and they're earning more than 1,000. Well, for you to go get more, you have to move up rank, and you go up to Emerald, and you see it's really simple to get there. Now you move up to, and this is how amazing that is. But think about this, folks. As a black diamond, $20,000. Now, I'm not saying you're going to make that. What I'm saying is that is the possibility of the ladder for every single person you bring in into GotBackup. Think about this for a moment. So there's 4 other areas to get paid: generation bonus, dynamic compression bonus, rank pool bonus, leadership bonus. Some of you that will be more seasoned in network marketing, you may understand what that means. If not, we have trainings galore that talks about this stuff all the time, every Saturday. By the way, this coming Saturday, Joel is doing the training. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. So this is what we have here as far as comp plan. So we want to show you right now, what are the steps that you need to do without having to understand how the engine works. What do you have to do to have the ignition in the car to be able to start your car and move forward?
Sign up, number 1. Yeah, once you're in, you want to go and get a couple people. What you're doing is you're sharing your links, and the links are available. Once you sign up, you're going to have a back office. You're going to see the links that you can use to send to people. They decide they want to join. Chris showed you the 2-team structure, 1 left, 1 right. And the third thing is to go and do it again. Duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. And then what you want to do is have your teams duplicating as the organization starts to grow. One thing that Chris and I have learned with all of our experience and successes in the network marketing realm is people are busy and they don't have time to learn a lot of things. And if it's simple, they can do it. And if you create something simple that can duplicate, that's when you're growing in your business.
I totally agree. And here's some of the package. And folks, I know that Joel is doing some addendum to make the price even more affordable. You guys, you're going to love this. But the fact here, folks, you pay your $4.99 one time. And from that point on, the following year, then you pay your $20 a month. Okay. This is for the pro package. Absolutely amazing. I love this like crazy. And if, for example, you just want to start with the cloud service, you can always upgrade. There is no problem there. It is $99 for the year. I recommend a year, folks, because you save 2 months. And between you and I, it's a lot easier to build a business where the next auto ship is in a year from now, instead of dealing with a ding every single month on your credit card. So I highly recommend a yearly package. 1, it's more cost effective. And 2, it's a lot more business savvy to do it that way. But either way, if someone just want to get a feel for it, it can certainly start monthly, and always go ahead. And these are some of the options that you have in getting started. So absolutely amazing, really, really, really affordable. And I'm telling you, folks, you won't regret this. So tell me, let's carry on.
This is my favorite. Global, truly global. And, one thing Chris and I love is building international making money while you sleep. There's nothing greater than waking up and seeing all your new team members coming on board and very excited. And often it starts in your own backyard. You know, social media is such a massive platform. If you like this screen and you want to build a global business, smash the like button, because that's what we're all about. We're all about building. We're all about creating excitement and everybody earning. That's the big goal.
I totally agree. Totally agree. And folks, one thing that's important in our business is recognition and achievement. And this will have a strong impact on how much you will earn from the compensation plan. And this is the ladder. Just so you have an idea of how this works, a bronze, you sponsor one person. A copper, you sponsor one on the left, one on the right. That's what Tammy was telling you about a moment ago. As a silver, what's happening here is you are literally have one person in your team that became copper. You see what's going on? The plan is designed to increase your income if duplication occurs, because people are bringing people to the business by having one and two. As we know, to earn the income on the cycle, you need to have one on the left, one on the right, which is a copper, by the way. And then as a goal, you brought in 5 people in your business and there's 3 coppers. As a platinum, you basically bring one more copper. So in other words, you got 4 instead of 3, right? But then you brought 10 people into your business. And these 10 people will qualify you for sapphire and emerald. This is really cool. The only difference is, of course, the amount of people in your team. We can go to the gritty details later, but it's the amount of coppers. See, from gold is 3, from platinum it's 4, and from sapphire it's 5. That means there's 5 people that are bringing 2 people. Do you understand? That's the qualification, among other little things. But remember, as a platinum, you are moving from tier 1 to tier 2 in the cycles. As a sapphire, now you start earning matching cycle from every single people you bring in. And as you move up to emerald, ruby, and diamonds and above, then you start benefiting from the from the compensation plan that just opens up like a flower and just literally gives you all the wonderful benefits that you're entitled to order. So to earn. So Tammy, let's talk about the support as we end here.
Yeah. Speaking of support, you guys are bringing great value in the comments. Thank you so much for that. So you have your personalized referral links. You've got several links of funnels that you can use, which is phenomenal. The company does that for you. We've been in the industry for a long time and we've never seen that before. You've got a personalized landing page. You've got an email marketing system. You got tons of marketing tools, and wait until you hear what's coming next. We had a meeting today. It was like, oh my gosh, can't wait. We've got regular online presentations. This evening is a company presentation every single Wednesday night. Show up, bring guests, and watch your business grow. There's team trainings, team presentations going on. There's French presentations, there's Spanish presentations, Italian presentations, and I'm sure others that we're not even aware of. And there's trainings going on as well. Company training Saturday. You want to show up because Joel's on fire and he's going to share some great things with you.
Hey, folks, if you have not been living under a rock and you have your social media like either TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, I'm telling you, you've heard Joel. And he has a system right now that is going to be a plug and play that is going to help you post without you having to do anything other than following the system. This stuff is coming, and you have to be a pro to benefit from that. So I'm telling you, folks, there are some amazing things that are going to be in line with the way network marketing is evolving today. So in closing here, folks, we have a product that everyone needs. We have a business that everyone can afford. What I love about GotBackup is we're closing the gap to help people build a network despite their fear and their experience and even the willingness to go to work by letting the tool do the work. The future is so bright. I am not kidding. And to give you an idea of what it looks like on the back end, I just want to show you very quickly. This is what it looks like. You got your rank over here. You got your package. You got all your tools. And folks, I'm using this every day. I'm using that. It's part of my the testimonial generator and our branding page. The memory place. Every time we have a Christmas, an event, when Joel came to Canada, we have our memory place moments, autoresponder. I have my emails going on over and above the lead capture system, which I'll mention in a minute, to be able to send emails to people that are captured from my branding page. I have the video streaming, which is the VTuber that Sylvie Cossette mentioned earlier, that she created her own, and all our trainings, everything is in there that is available in our pages and everything else. And folks, I talked about the custom funnel builder. This is really, really good if you want to modify any of the capture pages that are available. For example, when you go to English over here, just want to give you a quick little overview of what you have when you start is you have all these funnels. Folks, this is made for you. This is a bit of an older version. This is someone who wants to start right away. These are people who wants to do ad and get on Facebook or Google or YouTube, whatever. You can see that link over here. You're familiar with it. That's the link you probably clicked on. This is the affiliate link to see every presentation that we do. You can see here, someone can try it for free for 7 days. This is the one that I prefer because it's more up to date. And every time someone clicks on this and they put their name and email, it ends up into an email campaign that emails on your behalf, encouraging people to sign up. Every single tools here have available to you. And very important, as you build your business here, folks, you want to make sure that everybody who comes into GotBackup have installed their apps into their computers and also their phones. Yes, I know it's a bit of a story. I have a computer in Florida that I never turned off. It's just hibernating. It decided that it wants to wake up. And what's happening, it's an exact copy of the computer I'm using right now to present this presentation. And it's this one over here. And you can see here that it's adding quite a bit of gigs that is not necessary. It's a duplicate of this one over here. You can see it. I mean, it's crazy what is going on here, folks. But the fact here is, I'll clear as soon as we're in Florida, and that's will go down here. But these are all the wonderful tools you got here. Your business details. You got the cash contest information, internal wallet for people, let's say, don't have a credit card. They can pay you cash. You can put it in your bank, and you can create a link for them to sign up on your behalf. There's especially countries where sometimes credit card is a bit of a challenge. There's so many things here that are available here, folks. I can go on and on and on. You can see my excitement. I can't wait for what's coming in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if it's going to be a week or a month or two, but this tool that is coming right now, it's going to be an absolute gem for anybody who wants to do this. You just need to follow the system and use the videos that are going to be created. And if you're a bit more seasoned, you can create your own videos, but then you plug them into the system and then you go ahead and share that within your social media and watch what's going on. Joel was sharing with us, it's amazing how many leads are coming from that. So we look forward to share this with you. Stay the course. Don't give up, folks, because this is an amazing opportunity for those of you that are in business. For those of you that are considering to start this business, get started right now. Get back with the person who invited you here today and just click on the link, activate, and then from there, let's make some money together. Back to you, Tammy, as we end.
Yeah. So if you see an opportunity here to jump on board, just position yourself and show up at the presentations. They are also recorded. So the YouTube channel, Global Virtual Opportunities, you're going to see the presentation this evening. You're going to see some different things in the background. And we share all of this on the Saturday training so people know where to access everything. So yeah. So hoping you make a decision to partner with us and get started today.
Absolutely. And Tammy, I know why you have a little bit of a delay is because I think I'm using 4K for your resolution, and that's why. So I'll fix that in a minute. I know exactly now. And Cicely, listen, just get back with the person who invited you here today. They will tell you exactly the link you need to click on to get started. Okay. So everybody have yourself a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.